The closer we are to finishing our journey through exiled lands, the more sentiment to it grows on me. Just like in this case, I have been thrown back to one of our past episodes around the Circle of Swords. We came here for one reason only, to visit the King's Niche that we have discovered during Ravaged Barrow's adventure, and even though we were in very close proximity to this location, I didn't feel like I might be ready to experience this little sort of dungeon just yet. Right at the entrance you can find 3 skeleton warriors, and once you deal with them, you can think about going inside into the King's Niche, where to the right side you will find 3 ghosts around a journal that will teach you how to punch your fist. Even though I would consider this place to be a low-level dungeon, I would suggest being quite careful around here, especially with lower level equipment, as there is 8 guarding skeletons in here, so expect to be swarmed by all of them at once. When you are ready to dive into the main room, you won't be interrupted anymore, as there won't be any guardians left, nor chests or goodies to obtain on your way towards the tortured king. As for the monarch himself, be careful with him as he's got quite a reach with his spear. Once you are done with him, collect the skeleton key and explore this room in search for 7 chests total. They will contain mostly gold and silver, so grab it all. Now for the main part of today's campaign. I would never have thought that I will be back here, and I thought I may never see this abomination again, but here we are. What this is, it's a failed attempt to build another command post, but since this place was beyond my survival capabilities at the time, I left it for good. Anyways, we will be heading towards that stony area to our left. There are few ways to get to the other side, but it seems that I have managed to choose one that goes directly towards an obelisk, and you know what's next. As for you guys, if you haven't been here yet, here is the location of this obelisk and target of our trip. Now, before we go into the Temple of Frost, take note of that single pole on the right side. If you are into collector's stuff, grab the knowledge off of this totem, as you guessed it. It will teach you how to craft totems. 4 different Vanir variants in fact. Once you get closer to the entrance, you will have Temple of Frost marker placed on your map, and it will be literally to the north of previously discovered obelisk. When you take stairs at the main entrance, you will be greeted by 2 frost giants and a recipe stone. Fight them too and get yourself to read the tablet, which will teach you 4 different emotes related to religion, one of them to Crom's faith. Going deeper inside, you will have 1 set of stairs leading down to this large room, which will be inhabited by 3 frost giants in total and a Super Saiyan Kudu, which unfortunately ran out of key to do a 3rd instant transmission. Don't forget to have a look underneath stairs that led you here, as there are 2 chests that may or may not have something you may like. Same goes for the stairs leading out of this room. You will be also greeted by yet another frost giant on top of the stairs, and once you get yourself past him, you will get into the intersection room and you can choose one of 3 ways forward from here. If you go to the left, there will be a set of stairs going down where you will meet a single frost giant. At the end of this route, you will see the Forge of Ymir guarded by 3 more giants. There are also 2 loot chests that may be worth opening, and as for the forge, you won't be able to use it until you learn how to craft black ice items, which, fortunately, can be learned within the Temple of Frost. I have also kept trying to see what lays below, as it clearly looked like there might be something else hidden in there, so I decided to climb down, and it definitely was worth doing so, as I have seen a white dragon for the first time. Difficulty-wise, it was on par with its southern brethren, but in my opinion it looked better in this variant. Blue eyes gave it more menacing look than the Red Mother. Also, while Dalincia was dealing with it, I decided to use one of our skeleton keys to open the chest which was guarded by this overgrown lizard, and what I've got was a sledge of Tsotha Lanthi. As for the dragon, no interesting loot was dropped. When you come back to the intersection room and choose your path to the right of main entrance, there will be another set of stairs leading downwards, right into this area with 3 giants and a Yeti boss. This room, being called Disjunction, will be hiding 3 chests, legendary one in the middle and 2 around the walls. Lastly, third path from the intersection will lead upwards through a corridor towards the throne room, where you will have to fight 3 remaining frost giants in this temple. One of the giants in here will be Hrungnir of the Frost, a 3-skull boss that once slain will grant you a Steam achievement. Of course, if you haven't defeated him before. It is also advised to keep an eye open for the Frost Giant bodyguard, as this will grant you literally what it says, a Chungus bodyguard. Don't forget to have a gander behind the throne, as there are 2 chests and what you need to use the Forge of Ymir. Recipe stone teaching you how to craft black ice weapons, tools and more. Once you obtain frosty knowledge, you can get back to the forge and have a look at what you are able to make with the use of black ice. That also includes Pride of Aesir armor set. As for the third objective of today, we have Children of Jhil Caves. There are 4 of them in total, and the reason of our visit in here is to find out if obtaining Hollowbone Arrows is as difficult as it was made to be believed. So, enemies that we have to fight in order to get them arrows would be these crowman creatures, which are actual Children of Jhil that caves were named after. First out of 4 is the Lockstone Cave, the southernmost of caves we will be visiting today. It's really dark within these caves, so I recommend having a torch or 2 on you. Lockstone Cave seems to be the smallest one, and it leads to the arena-like room full of Children of Jhil. There will be also a 3-skull variant, which dropped a scroll teaching specialist ammunition for, and that includes fire spark, acid and smoke arrows. Search the room for this chest, as it had quite a few interesting items inside. Exiting from this cave, take the trail located on the right side of the exit and follow it. Once at the top, turn left and follow this narrow ledge. This way, you will arrive at the second cave, which bears name of Jhil's Roost. For whatever reason, I haven't got the marker on the map, but it didn't bother me at the time. Also, I kept using my best quality-wise tool to try and get Hollowbone Arrows, but so far, no luck. I dove into this cave expecting announcement of its name, but no luck either. What I've got, however, was the unwelcome gift, which, funny enough, was apparently a throwing shield. I may give that a go at some point. These guys also drop black blood, which would be used to craft Tome of Kurak or all 3 specialist ammo types we've discovered in the first cave. As I kept defeating more and more of the crowmen, I had 0 Hollowbone Arrows looted by now, so I thought I would just give up on harvesting them when I said no, and got back to one of the Children of Jhil that was supposed to be abandoned. And guess what? I've got first Hollowbone Arrows. Unfortunately, it took like 15 of these creatures to get 6 arrows, so... Right, we have now reached the Scraps, which would technically be the third cave, but in reality it was interconnected with the Jhil's Roost. What I did was to run back to the cave and boom, it finally allowed us to officially discover this location, so I did the same for the other side of that cave. Now we've got 3 markers on the map, as we should have in the beginning. Last target location can be found following trail on the right side of the exit once again. Just keep going forward until you see this sort of obelisk in the distance. That would be an indication of a nearby cave. Move past the lone stone and run towards the bonfire. That is exactly where the last cave is located. Upon entering this grotto, I had the same issue with discovery of that location, so I ran back out to find the name of the northernmost cave inhabited by these flying demons to be Bin-Yakin's seal. That would be the last cave we will be visiting today. Inside we could find third 3-skull crowman with the name of Feasts on Flesh, and this one has dropped a black blood sickle, which is apparently one of the best, if not the best, in terms of gather rate and durability. Also, if you fancy some climbing, you can find 2 or more chests in this location, which may yield interesting items like War Spear of the Black Circle and Night Eye Potion. It would be nice to have this potion earlier on, but hey, better now than never. And as for the Hollowbone Arrows, I've only got 30 of them, so running through 4 caves to get 30 arrows, it doesn't really seem like a good outcome. Anyways, that's it for today. Thank you for your time. Like and subscribe if you liked this video, as each Friday we are having new adventures in Conan, and I guess I will see you in the next one.